What's good, Riot fam? It's the Riot Squad here, the Hudson Brothers, bringing y'all more commentary on the latest episodes of Out of Bounds, Blindsided, everything else we got cracking in the Riot universe. So let's get to it. First episode from last week. This was the Eagles versus the Chiefs on Monday Night Football, kidnapping Taylor Swift. Y'all want to jump in and tell them how we came up with this idea?
Yeah, basically, this idea just came to be. What can we do that's going to go viral? That's really what the whole intention was behind this one. And from our experience, what typically goes viral for us is put someone in a chair and tie them up, punch them if you can, and that's the recipe for a viral cartoon. Take a celebrity and tie them up, put them in a chair. So it was basically just take Taylor Swift, put her in the chair, and have Travis Kelce's brother kidnap her. And then we also incorporated the Patrick Mahomes lucky underwear into the storyline again for this one. So you'll see in the episode, everything is about, the Eagles want the Chiefs to throw the game. And so they have Taylor Swift kidnapped. We'll give you your girlfriend back if you guys throw the game. And it damn near looked like that's what happened. Because, as you all saw the game.
As soon as the game was over, like, damn, that fool really did throw the game.
Yeah. Travis Kelce had that drop and Pat Mahomes had that pick in the end zone. So it worked out perfectly for us. And whenever we have episodes like that, everybody just floods back to the comment section right after the episode and says, "Oh my God, like Riot Comedy predicted it. Riot Comedy did this, they did that." So yeah, we're pretty much like the Simpsons of sports right now.
We're fortune tellers, man.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, this episode was fantastic. With that right there, when he raises his hand at Taylor Swift, I was doing the mouths on this, and I thought he was gonna hit her, and I was like, "Oh, they're gonna do it," and we didn't do it, but I thought for sure you guys were gonna smack her in the face for a second.
I wanted to do
it.
I
wish we would have. I wish we.
Money, I wanted to do it, but I just knew if we did that, it would have got censored or blocked, or it would have got demonetized, or something would have happened from social. So that was the only reason why I didn't go in, because I also wanted to do it.
If it was a Riot Comedy web exclusive, it would 100% happen. But being, social media, we got to play by their rules. Otherwise, we'd have brought the real goods on it.
I also love in this episode how it ends. So Taylor Swift's life is in the hands of the Eagles right now, and Pat Mahomes just takes the phone and just starts screaming about his underwear. "I know you took my lucky underwear. You better give them back." He don't care anything about Taylor Swift, her safety, or anything. And then you have the big reveal at the end where Patrick Mahomes' lucky underwear is tied up in the chair, which I thought was a hilarious visual.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It was a hilarious visual. It took me a second to catch it though. And actually,
I know I was having trouble with timing it and directing it in a way to where people could see it and pick up on it. So I just added in the Kelce brother do the point at it at the underwear, hoping it would help. But I don't know if it worked or not. It worked good enough. Some people caught it, some maybe didn't. Overall, great episode though. I was very happy with this one.
Took me 2 watches. The second go around, I noticed it.
Perfect. That means the fans will watch it twice too. Give us more views.
No doubt. On to the next. What do we got next? Oh.
Fantastic. Draymond giving advice to Wemby.
Yeah, this episode's
kind of great. It makes me literally LOL every time I watch it.
It's just a regular thing we're doing now is Wemby getting advice. Like anytime he plays either like a nationally televised game or really just a team that we have, especially when he plays the Warriors. Obviously, Draymond Green's the best character that we probably have as far as the Riot universe is concerned. So he goes to meet with Steph. He's looking for Steph to get advice from Steph. And Draymond Green, having the free time that he has right now since he's suspended, says, "Nah, man, Steph's busy. The only thing you have now is me." So Wemby's like, "All right, I guess I'll take some advice on my defense." And then this is whenever we get into the Draymond Green. You got to have your own special move. MJ fadeaway. I got the eye poke. What else was there? There was like
Kareem Skyhook. I got the chokehold.
And then we had the LeBron James look down 3-pointer, which is definitely the worst move in NBA history to work. But neither here nor there.
It's not even a signature move at all.
Nobody else does it, though. It's kind of a signature move because
I know
its effectiveness. Someone else needs to be stealing that move. That's a move you got to add to the repertoire.
But it's a tell. Like it's
Trent and I were talking about it. Trent and I were talking about it. And we were like, if LeBron does have a signature move, like what would you pick LeBron's signature move to be?
Cockback slam, I guess. I don't know.
So
That's it. It's the tomahawk, man. He ain't got no other
so
move.
I don't know if that can even be a signature move or not. But my pick was dribble in the paint super hard with your left hand and just overpower everyone. Layup. That's his signature move. That's the
Yeah, he
go-to
doesn't
for
really
LeBron.
have
Go
one.
left, layup.
It's wild that the look down 3 works though, because it's like a tell. It's like if you were playing Texas Hold'em and you had pocket aces, and as soon as you look at your cards, you smile, and then everybody was still all in to do it. Like it doesn't make any sense
It's a
how
dead
people like
giveaway.
see him look down and still don't just like immediately jump on the chance to defend it, because he's telling you I'm gonna shoot the ball, and everybody's just like whatever, like shoot it then I guess. So
What?
it's very interesting. But this episode in general, I swear to God, I've seen this episode, not even an exaggeration, 90 to 100 times, and I laugh every single time.
Yeah,
It
that
never gets old.
cockback pickle punt is so funny. That was the third signature move. LeBron looked down, step back, or look down 3. Me, pickle punt. He says, pickle punt. What's that? He just shows him. And this
It just
was
shows him.
one of the very rare instances where we'd go 3-quarter profile with the character, and some of the fans caught it and they got really excited about it, and they were like, oh, right, it's stepping it up, and they're going to start doing this a lot more. So to all you fans who are putting that in the comment section, just know we're not going to keep doing this. It's not going to be right. Comedy is expanding and doing this a lot more. It's way more work for us to do this. So only for really good jokes will we do this.
I mean, if you guys want
Which
it,
a pickle punt.
That's the only time we really need it.
we can probably do like it'd probably take 2 less episodes a week out of the repertoire. So you guys either get 4 or 5 episodes a week or get 2 or 3 episodes a week is probably what that would lead to. So we figured you guys would just want to laugh more. And the last thing I'll say about LeBron James look down 3-pointer is we just said we don't know if LeBron has a signature move, so it's pretty wild that he's going to score 40,000 points by the end of this year.
LeBron's go-to move when things are getting tight, things are tough, besides overpower everyone, go to the paint. LeBron has a very nasty fadeaway. And I would probably pick that to be his go-to move. He doesn't really have a signature move, but his go-to move
though,
is definitely his fadeaway.
Yeah. All right, enough about
Cockback
LeBron.
jam.
The cockback jam is what it is.
Fans comment. Put it in the comment section. What is LeBron's signature move?
Is driving pass. Driving pass. That's a go-to.
The old driving kick. Old reliable. Hit the next one.
Ooh.
This is amazing. This is the beginning of something special right here.
Was this the first wrestling?
This was our this is the first wrestling episode we did. This was Bucks Celtics. This was right after Damian Lillard got sent to the Bucks, and we did them hyping it up, talking about, look out everybody, we're about to win the championship. Bucks are going to do this. Dame Dolla's here to bring the freak a championship. And then that's whenever the BOS Celtics pop in parroting NWO, talking about, you think you can just ship me away? I don't think so, and you got to go through us, or whatever it is he says. And we're doing a whole cross universe here of our basketball cartoon with WWE/NWO or WCW. But yeah, so Damian Lillard in this one, he's Ric Flair. Isn't that what we were doing with him?
Yeah.
Dollar bill flashing, opposing team thrashing.
And Drew Holiday's motto, man. How many wrestling episodes have we done, by the way? We've only done 2?
Only 2. We did this one, and we did the Nuggets and Lakers episode. And this is going to become a really common thing for the rest of the season, where we will be sprinkling in wrestling episodes throughout the week. We have a new episode coming out tomorrow. This commentary will probably drop tomorrow too. So whenever this commentary drops, get ready. We have another wrestling episode coming out for the Heat and the Bucks, and it's going to be super funny. We actually just got done writing it right before this commentary. But for this episode, the end of it is the Nuggets come in and smash them over the head with chairs. Because what's wild is everybody just keeps talking about every single team in the league, except for the Nuggets. Like, they're not the reigning champs. And, like, there's probably still not the best team in the league. Like, before Jamal Murray got hurt this season, they had the best record in the league, and they were playing the best basketball. And the media just continues to just look over them. Like, they're talking about the Bucks. They're talking about the Celtics. For some reason, people were talking about the Lakers at the beginning of the season. I don't know what they was thinking on that. The Suns, but nobody is talking about the Nuggets. And when Jamal Murray comes back, like, they're still probably going to be the best team in the league.
What's the name of the game?
If it's not Boston.
It's here's the thing though, it's the name of the game. Like, it's just like whenever LeBron was in Miami and everybody's like, "Oh, the Pacers." And then it's now that like once somebody wins a championship, it's just like, well, who are we going to talk about now? Who's not the champion? Just to try to get views, try to get this, try to get that. But at the end of the day, everybody knows the fact, and that's just like the Nuggets are arguably the best team in the league for sure. They should be talked about. I don't know if they're good enough to win a championship this year. Again, I don't think they go back to back, but they could for sure. And I don't know.
From what I saw,
We'll see what happens.
were you actually able to sit down and watch the game with the Celtics and the Bucks last Tuesday?
Yes.
And I know it's just one game, but the Celtics look like a far better basketball team. Like Jason Tatum he was ill. He had the flu or whatever it was, and he didn't even play that well. But the thing with the Celtics and what they're doing this season is it's literally no ego on that court with that team. Nobody is taking bad shots, really. Nobody's ball hogging. Nobody's getting mad. Nobody sees a shot go up and throws their arms up or puts their head down. Like, it's system basketball. It's kind of like the Spurs, the way it was a couple years ago, where it was just move the ball, and take the best shot because they just have so much firepower. And it looks like everybody's buying into it. And if they continue to play this way,
it's easy to do that when everybody's wildly rich. Like, everybody's got their contracts, everybody's getting paid, everybody feels good. Like, it makes it easier to do that when everybody feels like,
for sure,
we're obviously valued here because we're making as much money as we wanted. Like, this is the contract we asked for and we got it. You got Drew Holiday over. I mean,
and they don't have to play for a contract.
Right, none of these guys are in, like, Drew Holiday's a free agent at the end of the year, but he's one of those guys that's not really playing for a contract. He's probably the best defensive guard in the league, in my opinion, and he has a championship, so somebody will pay him a fat stack of money to come to their team and be a veteran regardless.
That's what will get him the most money anyways, is just winning a championship. But yeah, that's a good point. I didn't even think about that. Nobody's on the contract here. They're all paid. I don't have anything to prove. And also on top of that, there's a lot of heartache on that team too. Whenever you lose that many Eastern Conference finals and you lose the finals, like, it comes to a point where you're just like, man, that's enough of this shit. Like, it's time for us to make a change and do what we need to do to win. And it looks like that they're making that jump. And if this team stays healthy, I don't think anyone's going to beat them. That's my pick right now. At the beginning of the season. Yeah. At the beginning of the season, I had Milwaukee, and I know it's early, and I do think Milwaukee will get it together. You said what?
I picked Boston right out the gate. Like, their team is built the way that a championship team is built, and all their players play the position they're supposed to play. Not only that, but they're just super good. Like, who's got Porzingis as a possible 4 option, probably 3 option, but then Drew Holiday's a 4 option. Like, everybody plays a role that's really well. You have a guy that can, and their defense is just going to be good. Like, you have a bunch of, like, large athletic players out there who know how to play defense, who have been in the league for a while. All in all, like, the only thing that could really stop this team from winning it all is going to be coaching. That's it.
That's my only thing that makes me nervous about that team. Is I don't think Mazzulla is a very good coach. He doesn't. He looks like the pressure gets to him, and in late game situations, he makes bad decisions. We'll see. Mostly by not calling timeouts when he needs to and letting teams make runs on him. Yeah, we will see.
I mean, we said the same about Spo for the first couple of years. LeBron was there, and Spo's top 2 or 3 coach in the NBA at this point. So
it's a good point.
He's got time.
We'll see what he does
around
this year. Hit that next one. What's next?
Ooh, the good stuff.
Well,
damn it. This guy.
I think we all know the premise of this episode. Josh Giddey's getting help from Carmelo because Josh Giddey had a picture taken with a lady who was younger than 18, maybe 15, maybe 16. Nobody's really quite sure the exact day that this picture was taken. Luckily for him, it's not time-stamped. But yeah, I mean, we all know what happened here. Josh Giddey took that picture, and Carmelo has a history of doing terrible things. For people who didn't know, Carmelo got a 13-year-old girl pregnant.
Has a baby so when Carmelo was 20, he had a baby with a 13-year-old girl. So that's why
Correct.
Josh Giddey getting caught with an underage girl. He's going to Carmelo for advice on how to get away with it. But Carmelo doesn't really have modern solutions.
Mailman did a very good job of that, and not very many people know about it, which is starting to come out more and more now. But he got to have a very great NBA career whenever this. It happened before he even got to the NBA, actually, right? Wasn't he still in college?
Yeah, he was in college.
Yeah.
And, like, the story that I read about it, which I could be wrong, this is just me reading stuff off the internet, so who knows. But basically the story was this 13-year-old girl got pregnant. Her family was like, nah, we ain't pressing charges. Like, we know Carmelo's going to the NBA. We want him to throw dollars at us instead.
He was taking long-term investments here. It was a good move.
For sure. And I'm pretty sure that kid went to the NFL because Carmelo has great genes.
did.
Like, that's great gene pool. It's a great job for them. So, I mean, at the end of the day, like, that Carmelo situation happened a long time ago. He didn't have social media back then. If you were about to be rich, like, you could just throw 50 to 100 grand at somebody and, like, run away. It was no big deal. So Giddey's in a little bit of a different situation, especially since, like, all the rumors that are popping up about him, which we don't know what's true, what's not true at this point. We'll have to wait for the news to break. But this guy's in a situation right now.
If the
where,
rumors
like,
are true,
you can say whatever you want about Josh Giddey and post it on X or Twitter or whatever it's called, and on Facebook or whatever, and people are going to run with it and post it. And, like, it could be true or it could not be true. So, like, I know the NBA is investigating it now, so they're just going to have to just, like, root through a bunch of shit and see what's actually real out of this.
I small part of me wants all the rumors to be true just so we can make fun of him super hard and make more episodes about this. Because this episode was super funny to me. The whole concept of him going to Carmelo to get help was amazing. And then Carmelo's advice to him was to just deny everything. And he says, I can't do that. And then Carmelo just all in right there talking about, all right, this is what you're going to do. You're going to go to the airport. You're going to get on a plane. You're going to go to Roman Polanski's house. And a lot of our fans didn't get the Roman Polanski joke because most people don't know who that is or what the idea was behind that. But
a lot of our fans are too young to remember that Roman Polanski, Hollywood director.
I'm too young to remember that. I just know who he is, but I'm pretty sure that happened before I was born, I feel like.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this was like the 70s, I think, 70s or 80s, and basically this dude is like, you know,
he's a monster.
I don't know the situation. I don't know if he's like pedophile or if he was like grooming. I don't know the deal. I just know he got in trouble here, and this fool fled and went back to France, and he's like, I'm out of here, and he's been there ever since.
And lived a nice life since, I'm pretty sure.
So that was his advice.
So Roman Polanski can help you get away with this.
You're gonna go talk to Roman. Roman's gonna take care of you. You're gonna be okay.
If some of these rumors are true, though, Giddey ain't gonna be in the league ever again. So,
he's gonna be in trouble. We'll see. We'll see what happens, though.
We'll see as more facts unfold, roll out. We'll see what happens.
Ooh!
Oh, happy Thanksgiving from this past week.
What's come for?
Happy Thanksgiving to all of our fans too. By the way, we appreciate y'all. We're thankful for you. Let's go ahead and put that out there. We do, and this was our Thanksgiving special that we did.
Yeah, just Thanksgiving special. This is about what everybody's thankful for. And it kind of goes down the line. Right out the gate, Travis Kelce's thankful to be Mr. Taylor Swift. And then Taylor Swift comes in and she's thankful for, what was it, non-liability?
She's thankful to be Taylor Swift.
She's thankful for non-liability.
Yeah, so nobody really...
Let's go ahead and break that joke down because almost nobody brought it up in the comments in the way that I thought that they would. So I think it went over...
I think they went over a lot of
people's heads, or if they
was
don't
just
really
better
know where we
jokes
got
in there
from.
because of the Deshaun Watson and then the Pat Mahomes ending. But so basically, she's thankful for non-liability. Some lady, she was in Rio de Janeiro or somewhere in South America, super hot there. It was like super hot, and some lady just couldn't take it, and she died. Just too hot. And so Taylor Swift's thankful for non-liability because she didn't get drugged through the mud like Travis Scott did. Travis Scott, somebody got stepped on too many times at Travis Scott's event, and they thought that he was supposed to like grow angel wings and fucking pick this person up out of the crowd and save their life, like he was supposed to see it from a mile away. But somebody dies, and Taylor Swift, I feel like Taylor Swift should have been out there with a fan fanning her off. I feel like maybe she should go to court, just like fucking Travis Scott had to do and pay some money or some like shit. Because
if you're gonna die from being too hot, a concert is the last place you should be. That's your fault.
I think getting stepped on too many times is your fucking fault too, me personally. But that's just me. Sorry and shit, but like I think that's your fucking fault too. I think that if Travis Scott's gonna get in trouble for that, I think that she should too.
That take either. Although,
sorry and shit, dog,
but
like
hella dangerous though. That shit happen easier than you think.
Hell yeah, it happens easier than you think. I know it would never happen to me because I'm a strapping young man. But like, I get how it can happen to people. But I'm just saying, like, I get how fucking being too hot and wilding out can kill you too. So I'm just saying Travis Scott got in trouble. Like Drake had to go to court and comment on it. That's neither here nor there. But I'm just saying like that motherfucker got in a whole bunch of trouble and everybody was just like, let Taylor go. So just saying, I don't know.
It's also, I mean, obviously I don't know anything about the details about this or anything. But what I do know though, is that whenever you go to a concert that a lot of times there's a lot of drugs and alcohol involved. And it is very easy to dehydrate whenever you've had a lot of drugs and alcohol because you don't know because you're just kicking it. So who knows?
So also South America
had a lot of drugs and alcohol.
No doubt. It's easy. It's just a lot easier to die in every way whenever you're on drugs and alcohol.
Yeah, that's
but people be nice to Taylor Swift about it though. Everyone feels like they got to be so nice to Taylor Swift because Kanye West was mean to her once.
Yeah, fuck all that.
So
We got more
people
jokes
can't like
coming
be
for you,
mean.
Taylor.
So they can't be mean to Taylor whenever someone dies at her concert.
Fuck all that.
you
She's
know.
coming in the show more and more. We're gonna keep cracking jokes. But
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
that
for
was
sure.
the story behind non-liability. Someone died in her concert, so
then-
she's thankful for non-liability, and now she can't get sued. So
And then
that was the joke behind that.
For sure. And then we go down the line. We have Dak Prescott. He probably has the worst thing to be thankful for. His joke was just about how, like, now that Josh
Yeah, his
Allen's
wasn't
getting
funny.
ran through the
We
mud,
bombed it on that one.
I don't have to get ran through the mud anymore. And then it gets real funny after this. Jalen Hurts is thankful that his tush is strong enough to take all the pushing, which is great. And then
Aaron Rodgers to me was what he's thankful for is that's the star of the episode.
no way.
Which to me, man, which Trent was we were trying to figure out like a really creative way on like what's something kooky he can do. He's thankful for his Achilles. Like, what can he do that's just wacky out of the ordinary? You know, do we have he's thankful for snake bites. Does a snake bite him in the face or whatever? And Trent was basically like, let's just make him drink and cum. And we're like, dude,
Again.
like which we did it the week before. We made Aaron Rodgers drink his own cum last week too. So now it's become like a running joke.
That was an homage to the previous week. We just had to come up with a creative way to get away with having him drink cum. And
yeah. So last week, we did an episode last week. If you didn't see it, where Aaron Rodgers was Joe Burrow goes to Aaron Rodgers looking for advice on how to heal from his injury so quickly because Aaron Rodgers has been doing it. So Aaron Rodgers has become a regenerative human. He only takes in what his body puts out, poops, pee, scabs, whatever. And then Joe Burrow was like, even man milk, and he's like, oh, you mean liquid or white gold? He calls it white gold. And then by the end of it, he's drinking his white gold. So it's becoming like a running joke. But Trent was like, let's make him drink his cum in this episode. And we're like, how can we do this smartly to where we get away with it again and don't get in trouble? And Trent was just like,
I'm thankful for cum for. He said, what's cum for? For drinking.
And then just takes it to the head. And so, and Aaron Rodgers is expected to make a return to football again soon. So there will probably be more Aaron Rodgers drinking cum jokes coming very soon.
It's funny. I bumped into somebody that I'm friends with, and he was like, "Oh man, I watched your cartoon the other day," and I was like, "Yeah, what do you think, man?" He's like, "I like how you're giving the people what they want." I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Aaron Rodgers drinking cum," and I'm like, "Oh, I'm glad you liked it." So he was a big fan, and then we keep moving down the line.
It's hilarious.
My favorite joke is the one that like this whole setup and joke and everything of Deshaun Watson being thankful for masseuses and good lawyers. Like I thought that joke was super funny just because like, you know, I thought people would like it and also some people wouldn't like it, and I thought it'd be a good mix to see the comments. And right at the end of it though, Pat Mahomes calls him a monster and tells him basically, you know, at this table we respect women, and then he says, Jackson, can you pass me the potatoes? And it's funny because in the comments, like some people were like, what did Jackson do? And then like you just see all these comments, like somebody was just straight up just like he's been molesting women. And I'm like, that's a pretty gross over exaggeration of what he did, but I'm glad that that's what the comments said. That's super funny.
I don't know what you call it. Is that considered sexual harassment or sexual assault? I don't know what
I'm pretty
that
sure
gets classified
like
as.
sexual assault.
If you grab a woman and forcibly kiss her, that is definitely sexual assault.
But I think
that's basically what he's doing.
Assault. I don't know because
I
don't commit sexual assault, so I've never had to look at the laws and see what's like toeing the line.
If you physically do something, that's assault.
Well, to all the fans who are wondering what Jackson Mahomes did, there is a video you can get on YouTube and watch it. He was at a bar. He grabs this woman, gropes her. I don't remember him kissing her, but they said he kissed her, so maybe he kisses her too.
He just like forcibly kissed her. It's one of them.
He like grabs her from behind. He like grabs her neck from behind and bends her backwards and starts fucking hard kissing.
Yeah,
it
was intense.
Crazy.
That's pretty intense.
It's wild.
Well, fans, go watch it and go comment on it and make fun of him because that dude sucks.
That's for sure.
Go ahead and hit that next one. What we got next?
Dak sneaking into the power rankings club.
Yeah, man.
Sabotage.
This episode, this episode basically is you have the Dolphins, the Jaguars, the Cowboys, and they're all like right side of the power rankings. They're like 6, 7, and 8 because we always do top 5 in the power rankings. So basically, they're all in cahoots together to sabotage the teams that didn't play on Thanksgiving and the teams because, you know, we had the Lions lose. So they're like, well, you know, if we sabotage these 3 other teams, like all 3 of us have a good chance of getting in. And none of it actually happened. All 3 of these teams won. So it didn't work. We weren't too future predicty in this. But this episode was really good in my opinion. I like the way that we set it up. That we got to use the van again. We have a surveillance van that we're always trying to use. So we got to use that again. And then We made this episode though in like 3 hours. So this episode we didn't get quite as many things in here as we wanted to. I was trying to do like some pretty crazy things. Like I remember I was writing this. I was almost asleep, and then it just hit me because I was like thinking about the episode, but I was almost asleep. And apparently, it's a good time to think of things. It's like 11 p.m., 11:30 p.m. I'm trying to go to sleep. I'm like, oh my god, I got it. Like surveillance fan, this is what we're gonna do. But I tried to have like pet penguins walking around to show how cool this place was, and I think I had some stupid shit in there about like a Hawaiian punch fountain, and like because I was just thinking for some reason Mr. Deeds popped in my head while I was writing this, and I thought of him drinking the Hawaiian
Swordfishes, fencing with swordfishes.
Yeah, like fencing with swordfishes.
Oh,
like I was.
This joke was mad funny. It didn't make it in, but it's mad funny. John Madden stuffed in the corner too. There's John Madden
like
was
like
a taxidermy was stuffed in the corner.
But with John Madden, that's
this
right,
episode.
Too, so
this episode was one of those late nighters.
Update Tyreek Hill's hair, by the way. He done
What's
cut
wrong
it
with
all
it?
off on us.
What's he rocking right now?
He cut it all
He
off.
cut it
What
off.
do you mean? Yeah.
He cut it all off?
Yeah, he's got like a normal haircut now.
That.
You don't be seeing shit.
That's kind of boring.
Yeah, but
Hey,
yeah, he
we'll
cut it
fix
off
it.
recently.
Fuck it.
Like last week, he cut it all off.
Shit,
But yeah,
that's cool.
this was this was one of those late nighters, and those late nighters are we got to get the episode out the next day, and it's like 10 o'clock at night, and we don't have shit yet. We don't have a script. We have no animation. We don't have any recordings done. So, and that's the process for us sometimes. Like, in Money, you actually bailed us out pretty hard on this one because Trent and I were on the phone trying to come up with a script, and I mean, we're just putting shit in there. Nothing good is coming out, and then all of a sudden, like, we haven't even talked to you, and you just pop in there and just start typing up a bunch of shit, and we're like, oh hell yeah, like Money's in the script, he's going.
I saw
and
you guys started a
fuck
script.
It, Money's gonna bail us out.
Well, I saw you guys start a script, and I was like, oh fuck yeah! So I jump in there, and the only thing in the script was like the 5 teams in the power rankings and the 3 teams right outside. I'm like, this is what the this is.
We didn't have shit.
Script. You guys literally just put fucking football teams on a piece of paper and was like,
we put information.
And I'm like,
there.
that's not that's fucking nothing.
we put
so I went from being like
in there to write the script. You're welcome.
I went from being pretty excited to being like these motherfuckers. So
that's more exciting.
Yeah,
clean slate for you to do whatever you want.
It hit me
reign,
as soon as
set up. We're throwing you the alley-oop. We're the lobbers.
Yeah,
we're throwing up a lob for you to fucking slam it.
If that's a fucking alley-oop,
but
I had to reach all the way back and get that motherfucker because that shit was nothing.
But you did.
This episode shows in the views too. This was our worst performing episode of the week, and I think part of that is because it was a late nighter, and that's the case for us sometimes. Sometimes it's 10 o'clock at night, and we don't have shit,
sure.
and then we pull something out, and then we have like a assembly line where like I gotta fucking stay up and do the body animations, and then it gets sent off late night, and then Devin and Trent wake up super early and do the facial expressions and the mouths and the edits and the score. It's like a whole process, and this was one of them. So,
well, what's funny is that
hey,
this episode's been out. This episode's been out for a little bit longer, but for our fans that notice, we always do like a power rankings on Tuesday. So tomorrow, whenever this drops, but you know, today's Monday, we're doing this, but tomorrow we're gonna do another king. Like it's just a King of the Hill. Yep. And that shit got our last week's one got twice as many views as this, and that shit takes 30 seconds to make. So that's how bad this.
Yeah, be dropping that again. I don't know if it'll come out tomorrow or not. It might come out Wednesday. It depends. We'll see. We got a couple things coming out, and I'd like to stack it with with some Aaron Rodgers news this week. If he actually does practice this week, we'll see what happens.
We'll see. I mean, they're talking about him coming back.
I got a long night ahead of me too. I still got to animate tomorrow's episodes. I got a really long night, so we'll see.
They're talking about A-Rod coming back around Christmas, but that's if they're still in the playoff hunt. And I don't see these dudes suck. So I don't know if there's even a point in bringing it back. But the AFC, like, it's weird, man. When you have these 17 games, man, you can be like 6-7 though, and still be wildly in the playoff hunt. Like you have teams that are like 5-6 in the playoff hunt right now. 6-6, whatever these teams' records are right now. So if you have a bye week, you might be 5-6 or whatever. But like the Broncos are 6-5 right now, and they're like one game back of the playoffs. So with this pretty like. It's possible, but the Jets, they're bad. They're
I
bad, so
am not a Jets fan. I'm not a Jets fan. I'm not really an Aaron Rodgers fan, but for the sake of the show and making him drink more cum, I hope they make the playoffs.
We need to get him back on the field pronto.
I almost want them to win the Super Bowl.
Rodgers, please come back.
Just because of
dude,
that.
like,
come back.
I've gotten to the point.
Fucking the Gatorade cooler comes out and they dump a Gatorade cooler of cum on Aaron Rodgers at the end of it.
So for our RiOT fans, you guys might not know, but we're all Rams fans. All of us. Us three, we're Rams fans through and through, baby. forever. We were St. Louis Rams
Yeah,
fans,
it's
LA
perfect. So
Rams fans.
we grew up near St. Louis. So we were Rams fans. They moved there when we were like tiny kids. And then we moved out to LA in 2016 and they came out here at the same time too. So it worked out great. That's always been our squad.
So one of our other brothers was like, man, he's like, when the season was about to start, he's like, man, who do you want to like go to the Super Bowl? And I was like, shit, man, I'm Cowboys versus Aaron Rodgers is what I'm shooting for. And he was like, what? And I was like, dude, I gotta get views, man. Like, fuck the Rams. Like, I'm out here looking for us, dog. I need more. I gotta make some money off this eventually, dog. Like, I don't give a shit about the Rams anymore. Like, I watched them win a Super Bowl, great. But like, that didn't make me no money. Didn't get me no views. No one gives a shit about the Rams. Even whenever we play the Niners at home, the stadium's 80% red. Like, no one fucks with them anyway. So like, man, go Cowboys.
Doing RiOT comedy is almost like it influences what you want to happen the way gambling does. It is. It's like gambling where it's like, man, like obviously like I want like, we're LeBron fans and shit. Like we want LeBron to win. And then it's like, but if this happens, like that's going to make for a great storyline. And then we can just go parody that and make fun of it and get a bunch of views and make the best content possible. So it definitely does influence what we want to happen.
Like obviously LeBron going to the finals is the best thing for views. But like if he has to lose in the playoffs, can you please lose to Steph? That's good for us.
No doubt.
Please lose.
I hate it for his legacy, and I hate it as a fan. I don't want to watch that, but Steph's beat his ass enough in the playoffs.
Motherfucker's 40 years old, dog. Like, dude's old as shit. Like it don't even matter. Like his numbers, like I get it, his numbers are great and shit. Like so the other day, it was like last game finished up, and he has played the exact same amount of game for the Lakers as he has played for the Heat, and he has more points, rebounds, and assists per game. And has a higher field goal percentage from free throw line, regular, and 3-point line. Everything across the board is better. But like we all know that Miami Heat LeBron is drastically better than LA Lakers. If Miami Heat LeBron was on the Lakers right now with Anthony Davis and all these role players, they would win the fucking championship. So
game over.
They would.
Game the fuck over.
Everybody's like he hasn't even aged. You're like, watch this dude play a full basketball game, and like, yeah, he gets numbers and shit, but it's not the same. It's not the same.
Not even close.
Was this the last
energy to get
episode of the
wins?
week?
If this dude was the same, they'd be winning 60 games a year every year still.
Oh yeah, for sure. You don't get blown up by 40 by Philly tonight. I'll tell you that.
No shit.
Impossible.
No shit.
And by the way,
was this the last episode? Or is there another one?
Yeah, that's the last one.
I'm not a Sixers fan. This is just a Dr. J jersey, so it's fucking sick. But I didn't want the Sixers to win by 40. I didn't care, but I also didn't want them to. So.
Fuck it. They're about to go get that in-season cup championship.
Sweet. So it's the only championship LeBron's gonna get for the rest of his life. So he might as well go ahead and go get that mid-season tournament championship and like
go ahead and get it.
Yeah, and get the first one. It's good for your legacy. It's sweet.
All right, that's it. That's it for this commentary, guys. I got to get to animation, and we got to finish writing this episode too.
I appreciate y'all.
All right, right fans, appreciate y'all. We got more of these coming for you.